Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. Ellarie here. This is just gonna be, you know, a little makeup toot using some new products. Not a whole bunch of new stuff. Well, I guess kind of. Mostly new collabs. I've been really behind catching up on some of this new stuff in between being sick and traveling. I just decided to conglomerate them into one video. I'm filming on a Friday, so after this I'm having me a little drinky drink and hopefully be looking cutie cute. But before you continue on with this tutorial, make sure you guys are subscribed to my channel, which is now just Ellarie. It used to be Ellarie's World. I think they both work, but I finally changed it to just Ellarie, you know, because that's me. And it's also Ellarie on Instagram, Twitter, and everywhere else. And yeah, after you do that, then let's continue on, shall we? Okay, I have to start with my eyes first this time because I knew it was going to get a little messy. This is a pretty glittery eyeshadow on the lid. I use Benefit's Don't Stray to prime. Actually, I didn't use this to prime. That's crazy. I actually used CoverGirl's Lid Lock on this eye, but it's all good. And I'm only going to be using two eyeshadow palettes. The first one is the Makeupshayla Colourpop palette, which I've used about two tutorials ago. And the other one is the iluvsarahii Dose of Colors palettes. But first, let's get these transition colors up on in here. I kind of dabbed in between Culture and Thick. One of them is a light brown matte and the other one is like an orangish matte. And I just used both of these. This is the Dose of Colors blending brush, and I applied that as my first transition color. And then I got a small taper blending brush by Morphe, and I went into Played Out, this dark brown matte right here. Swish, swish, swish. And I added that into my crease. I kind of just placed it there first. That's why it's going to look like super choppy. And then I'm going to blend it out with another color. Then I grabbed this palette and went into, I believe this is Poquito Más. I always read the names wrong when they're on the back of the palette like this. But I believe it's Poquito Más. And I use this M518 blending brush, also by Morphe. And I went over this dark shade in the crease. I know you're probably wondering why I didn't use this first and then the darker shade. I don't know. But sometimes, you know, there's not always a correct order. You know, you just gotta get the right blend. As long as you come out with the right blend, regardless of the order you go in, then you're fine. And I kind of wanted to create my own color between this darker shade and the shade that I'm about to use. And it only really would work if I did the darker shade at the bottom and then blended it out with the lighter one. See how when you add this on top, it just kind of makes this like chocolatey looking reddish brownish clay color. No? And I'm gonna keep going back and forth between these two shades until I can get it similar to the other side. Okay, now I'm gonna get this small flat rounded brush. I have no idea where it's from. There's no name on it, but it's just a small flat rounded brush. And I'm gonna add a little bit more primer to the lid because I really want my lid shade to, you know, reach its fullest potential. So I'm just going to swipe that brush in the primer and carve out my lid. And I'm going to go right on top of it with Palma, this pretty tealish shade right here. And I'm going to pack that all over the lid. I'm just trying to stay right on the lid. I don't want too much in my crease because it's really glittery and I don't want too much mixture, just a little bit. So in order not to get too much in my crease, I was really precise as to like keeping, you know, the application right on my lid. And then I'm gonna get that tapered blending brush and I'm gonna sweep over the transition, but every time I sweep over it, I'm gonna wipe off the brush. I always keep like a towel when I'm doing my makeup to like clean my brushes off with. So every time I swipe over the transition, I'm gonna sweep off my brush so that I don't get too much glitter in the crease, if you know what I'm saying. So I just wiped it off and I'm gonna like sweep over this corner and I'm gonna wipe off the brush and then sweep over this middle, just kind of going section by section, blending out the transition. I want a little bit of the glitter in my crease, but just not too much, you know? And I'm even gonna add a little bit more of that darker brown matte shade by just wiping off the brush, adding a little bit to the tip of the brush, and then wiping off the brush again to blend it out. Okay, that will work for now. Now let's snatch this face. Clean up some of this fallout before I add my primer. There we go. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Primer Plus Mattifier before I put on my foundation. Okay, so you all should know by now, since I'm the late one, that Jackie added some more shades to the Born This Way Too Faced foundation. I believe I previously wore Chestnut, which I have right here. And I think I stopped wearing it like one summer where I was too dark for it and I just never picked it back up because I've always liked the Born This Way foundation. So I don't really think a review of it is necessary because I like it. Like, it's not a new foundation, they just have new shades. So I'm actually just gonna see if one of these new shades matches better than Chestnut, which I feel like is too light for me now. I've changed. So right here I have Spiced Rum and Chai. These are two of the new additions that Jackie collaborated on. So I'm just gonna see which one, if any, I like better than Chestnut, shade-wise. See, this one is Chai. Let me try this one first. Probably should have put my primer on after this, but you know. That's Chai. Looks like it's gonna be a little on the golden side for me. A little too golden for me. I know I live my life like it's golden, but you know. Now let me try Spiced Rum. Yeah, I like that one. It's not as golden and it's a little deeper. And just for the hell of it, I'm just gonna put Chestnut over here because this is the color, like I said, I used to use, just to see what the difference is with these other two. Oh, there's no way Chestnut was my shade. I don't ever remember being this light. What? I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe it wasn't Chestnut. As of right now, Spiced Rum is my match, which is a new shade. So thank you, Jackie. Jackie. All right, so wipe this off. Replace the primer that I just wiped off like a dum-dum. From what I remember about when I used to wear this foundation, it's like a medium coverage, too full, I guess, if you build, and it looks very natural. Okay, now that it's on my whole face, it's a little dark, but you know, I go light with my concealer. So once I add my concealer, everything's gonna brighten up. Now, I am supposed to be trying this new Too Faced Born This Way concealer as well, but I don't know if it's a good day to try a new concealer when I need to get this foundation right, because I'm looking like I just stuck my head in a tanning bed and forgot my body. Let me just finish, because every time this happens and I just keep going, I'm like, oh, okay, that's better, you know? I'm gonna go ahead and continue with the Born This Way concealer. This is in the shade Maple, and it's definitely gonna brighten things up around here. See, this foundation is already looking better. You just gotta have faith, y'all. Don't give up. And while we're at it, I'm also going to try this Too Faced translucent powder. This is in translucent medium. Let's get to baking. I'm going to use my usual CoverGirl Ebony bronzer to contour. I added a little more of the translucent powder below my contour. Now I'm just going to sweep everything away and go over my highlighted areas with my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and add the highlighter while I'm at it before I finish my eyes. I'm gonna use the same Dose of Colors iluvsarahii collab. This is Soulmate. She's pretty. I didn't think it was gonna be like gold enough for me, but she's definitely shining. And just because I know I'm gonna end up doing it later, like I said, it still glows without, but I tend to prefer mine with a little bit more gold-esque, rose gold-esque vibes in my highlighter. And I know I'm probably gonna add it later, so I'm just gonna add it right now. This is the Le Bronze from the Jackie, Aina, and Artist Couture collab. And I'm just gonna add a little bit right over my highlight for color purposes. Perfecto, perfecto. Gonna blend it in a little bit. There we go, there we go, there we go. So the rest of the eye is pretty simple. All I did was add some liner to the waterline. This is Urban Decay's Perversion Black Liner Pencil. And I just added this heavily to my waterline. Then I went back in with Poquito Mas and smudged that on my lower lash line. Then I grabbed Fenty Beauty's Fly Liner in Cause I'm Black. This is my first time using it today and I really love it. The tip is so precise. You're sure to get like a bomb wing liner out of this. The only thing that I wish for it, I wish it was matte. It's not matte, it's more of like a vinyl finish. So Riri, if you're watching this, I'm sure you're not, but if anybody from Fenty just happens to scroll across this video, can we get a matte version of this? Maybe we can call it, I don't know, Cause I'm Hella Black or something like that, you know, Cause I'm Matte Black or something. But I would really love this in a matte finish. I would actually probably wear it every single day. And because I'm going over all this glittery eyeshadow, I did have to add a couple layers for it to be as black as I wanted it to look. And finally, just my lashes and mascara. These lashes are from Luxe by I Envy, and the style is called Real Bezo, I think. And finally, the mascara is Bad Gal Bang by Benefit. And last but not least, before I give my final opinion on this collab edition of this makeup tutorial, I'm going to add something on my lips, which are very dry right now. I actually pulled out this gloss the other day. It was in like my box of things I hadn't used yet, and I really loved it. So this will be a new fave of mine. It is from Domonique Cosmetics. Shout out to Christen Domonique. Hey girl. Yeah. And it is called Sweet Tea from her Lemonade collection. And I'm just going to apply it. No liner, no nothing. On my lips. Finish this off with some setting spray. This is Urban Decay's All Nighter. It's not enough until you almost lose your breath. When you're almost losing your breath, you come up for air, and that's usually enough. Here's the final look. I guess I could have threw a flat iron over this wig. I just washed it, so don't pay no mind. Don't pay no mind. As far as all the new stuff that I use, let me just go down the line really quickly. The foundation, like I said, is not new. If you already love Too Faced Born This Way, just check out the new additional shades that Jackie Aina added to the collection and see if you can find a closer match, or if they didn't have your match before. If you have not tried the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I personally like it. I liked it before the additional shades, and I like it after the additional shades. Clearly that shade that I used worked out. It was a little dark in the beginning, but I kind of knew, because your concealer, if you usually go a shade or two lighter, always brightens up your face. And so going a little bit darker with your foundation usually evens things out. So I would definitely say that Spice Rum is my shade when I'm like highlighting. If I wasn't to highlight and I just wanted to do like a thin layer of foundation, I probably wouldn't grab that one. It's a little too dark to do without a lighter concealer. So shout out to Jaggy for giving us more options when it comes to these foundations, because you know we need them. You know we need them. The Perception palette by Shayla, I've used it before. This is not my first time using it, so I still like it. Like I said in the previous video, I didn't get the full collection, so I bought that palette personally just because I thought it looked really nice, and it proved to be really nice. Definitely one you can do multiple looks with. The iluvsarahii Dose of Colors collab. I don't know if it's iluvsarahii or I Love Sarah too. Regardless, her name is Karen. So Karen's palette with Dose of Colors. I love how she added that pop of color in there. I am not afraid to wear color, and it's still summer, so it's still time for you to put your color in your makeup routine. So you can either use, you know, the color when you want to use the color, or stay. There's a couple different looks you can do with that palette, and I'm sure she has a bunch of them on her channel. I did get that in PR, so I have everything from that collection, and I've only tried so far, obviously, the palette, which I just tried today, and one of the lippies, which I really liked too. I haven't got to try the full thing. Oh, I tried the highlighter today too, which I liked, but my personal preference when it comes to highlighters is a little bit more gold. Soulmate, that's what I used today, and popped a little bit of that Arts Couture LeBron's Jackie Aina collab, which is not new to my channel. I've used that several times. The Born This Way concealer, I have not creased. I really enjoyed that as well. I will definitely use that again. The Too Faced translucent powder, I actually like that as well. I thought it was going to be too much on the tan side because I usually like the brightness the yellow adds, but I'm not mad at it. I definitely have to go all day with it to see how everything settles, but so far as how the concealer and the translucent powder and everything applied, I'm not mad at it. That's why you always gotta finish everything to really see how everything's gonna work out with each other, because it worked out. The Fly Liner by Fenty, I'm not mad at that either. I love the overall pen. Like I said, I just wish they come out with a matte version of it. And finally, the Sweet Tea Lip Gloss by Domonique Cosmetics. Love it as well. As you can see, it's very natural. It is an everyday gloss that you can wear every day. This will definitely be one that I will keep in my purse as well. Hope I didn't forget anything, but in closing, shout out to all the beautiful women that were part of all of these amazing collabs. I'm happy with everything that I use, and if you haven't already, go check out my collab with Colourpop. I leave the link for my collab in every video that I do, available on colourpop.com. And per usual, let me know what else you want to see on my channel by commenting down below and what you think of everything that I used in this tutorial. The wig is by Virgin Hair Fantasy, forgot to mention that. But yeah, until next time, love you guys. Mwah.